Swimmer. I am 40 years old. I live at number 17 Mill Road, Roslyn, New Jersey. My name is Clifford Swimmer. I am 40 years old. I live at number 17 Mill Road, Roslyn, New Jersey. My name is Clifford Swimmer. I am 40 years old. I live at number 17 Mill Road, Roslyn, New Jersey. My name is Clifford Swimmer. I am 40 years old. I live at number 17 Mill Road, Roslyn, New Jersey. My name is Clifford Swimmer. I am 40 years old. I live at number 17 Mill Road, Roslyn, New Jersey. My name is Clifford Swimmer. I am 40 years old. I live at number 17 Mill Road, Roslyn, New Jersey. My name is Clifford Swimmer. I am 40 years old. I live at number 17 Mill Road, Roslyn, New Jersey.
Take it easy, Mr. Swimmer.
Take it easy. I've been coming here for months, telling you my problems, talking into that dumb machine. I owe you $50 a session, Doctor, and nothing is happening. Nothing.
The money is not important to me, Mr. Swimmer, and something is happening.
Yeah? What? I still have a job that I hate, a wife that bores me, a stepson that ignores me, a mortgage I can't pay, an ulcer, crabgrass.
Trust me.
Why should I trust you?
Why did you come here?
Because I was drowning, Doctor. Because I heard you on television talk about something called psychogenetics, so I looked you up.
You made a wise move.
Yeah, well, I'm about to make another wise move, Doctor. I'm bailing out. This is our last session.
Mr. Swimmer.
Oh, don't give me the Mr. Swimmer routine, please.
Just hear me out. 5 months ago, you had just tried to drive your car through a cement wall.
That was an accident.
Was it, or an act of desperation?
I was drunk, Doctor.
At 10 in the morning?
Well, if you lived with my wife, you'd take a shot every once in a while, too.
Unfortunately, I've never met your wife.
St. Janet of Hackensack, the world's most understanding woman. She forgives me, Doctor.
For what?
For everything. For sins I'm not even capable of committing.
Makes you feel guilty.
Yeah, sure. The whole load. White Anglo-Saxon Protestant guilt. It makes Jewish guilt look like happiness. If I were a Catholic, at least God could forgive me. Do you believe in God, Doctor?
I believe in science, Mr. Swimmer. Man punishes himself. He can save himself. I can save you.
How?
What do you expect?
I bet a quick mercy killing.
Mr. Swimmer, your life is a very precious matter. If you could live it any way you wanted, what would you do?
Any way I wanted to, huh? Okay. I'd chuck it all and go away. Buy myself a big, old, beautiful sailboat and settle down in the Caribbean. Take on an occasional charter or two. Live the kind of life my body was made for.
Alone?
Oh, no, Doctor. Not alone.
You have someone in mind?
Indeed, I do.
Ah, who would that be?
Her name? Madeline Rivers. She's a promotion writer at the network. She's bright, she's witty, and she's got a figure like an hourglass with 2 extra hours of sand. And she likes sailing.
Would she go away with you?
Power free.
Why not just get a divorce?
Doctor, divorce is even more expensive than marriage. I make $20,000 a year. I'm mortgaged up to my hips. I'm married to a woman who is so dependent on me that she would stop breathing if I okayed it. I met her when she was recently widowed. I adopted her son. Oh, no. Even a bad divorce lawyer would have me in hock for the rest of my life. That is not exactly my idea of freedom.
I see.
Now, what's the magic word?
The magic word, Mr. Swimmer, is psychogenetics.
You know, I've been coming here almost 6 months, and I still don't know what psychogenetics means.
Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Your hand. Here. Look. Look. Inside that single cell, your entire genetic history is coded. Every cell in our body is like a tiny computer. It stores every bit of data concerning us. Ever since the Nazis began experimenting in their death camps in World War II, we've known that it's possible to fertilize a single cell from any part of the body and reproduce an entire human being.
Fascinating, Doctor. Fascinating. What has that got to do with the mortgage and the crabgrass and the job as a glorified accountant at the network?
Come into my laboratory, Mr. Swimmer. Come. Come.
My God, that's not possible.
But it is, Mr. Swimmer. It is.
Well, what is it? What are you doing here?
Most important experiment in the history of science, Mr. Swimmer.
That thing is me.
Exactly.
You're insane.
They said Pasteur was insane when he reproduced bacteria. I consider it a compliment.
Oh, is it alive?
Maturing, Mr. Swimmer. Maturing.
Well, what is it?
Let's say it's your identical twin.
How did you do it?
Cloning, Mr. Swimmer. Remember the scraping of tissue I took from your tongue the first time you came here? Well?
God in heaven.
No, in this case, God is standing in front of you. His name is Yuri Laszlo.
That's fantastic.
Look at him. I used radiation to multiply the growth factor. Not fully formed as yet. Oh, the body, yes, the body. But the brain synapses, not quite, but almost. So far, Mr. Swimmer, no scientist has dared to allow a human clone to develop past the fetal stage. No scientist would be willing to take the risk involved.
Except you.
Exactly.
Oh, what are you planning to do with him?
That depends on you,
Why
Mr.
me?
Swimmer. Mr. Swimmer, as a scientist, I would give anything, to allow a clone to mature and take his place in society.
Oh, why is that so important?
Well, to study him, to see if he can survive, to learn if emotions and memories can be transmitted genetically.
And then why hasn't it been done before?
My dear Swimmer, a clone is an exact duplicate of an existing human. To send a double into the world with the same identity, the same fingerprints, would create legal complications beyond belief. Unless, of course, the original consented. Eh, Mr. Swimmer?
Just what exactly are you driving at, Doctor?
You're a man who hates his life. You want to be free. I offer you freedom.
I'm also a cost accountant. What's the bottom line?
We allow the clone to mature. You disappear. He takes your place.
How do you know it's going to work?
I don't. But if it does, you'll be free. The clone can support your family, pay your bills.
I make love to my wife.
Freedom, Mr. Swimmer. Complete and total freedom. We have a few days yet before the clone can be activated. I ask you to think it over carefully.
What do you think you're doing?
Nothing.
How many times have I told you never to touch that shotgun?
It's not loaded.
Put the gun back in the rack.
You said you were going to take me hunting this weekend.
Well, we're not going hunting now. Put the gun back.
All right.
Now, Todd.
All right.
Ah, you're home early.
Got fed up.
I'll fix you a martini, okay? So, Todd, you didn't say hello to your father.
He's not my father.
Todd, please.
I don't care whether the kid says hello to me or not.
Bad day at the office?
No worse than usual.
Why don't you just quit that job?
Why don't I just quit that job? Todd, smile for your mother. I said smile. Do you know how much it costs to straighten those teeth? Almost $2,000. Do you have any idea what it costs to operate this house monthly?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
You never mean it, you just do.
Well, here's your drink. Oh, I'm sorry, Cliff. Oh. gee.
Look, never mind. I'll fix it myself. And don't just stand there like a wounded deer staring at me.
I'm sorry, I just don't seem able to please no
Why
matter...
don't you just leave her alone, anyhow?
Listen, dum-dum.
Todd, go upstairs, please.
He treats you like you're some kind of creep or something.
If he does, it's because he's worried and upset.
Well, maybe you ought to just take another drive.
That kid is about to find himself in a lot of trouble.
Did you see Dr. Laszlo today?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel you're making any progress?
Well, that's generally the curtain raiser for the day's bad news. What is it today?
The man from the bank phoned about your payment.
Terrific. What did you tell him?
I said that my husband usually takes care of those things.
My husband, the money machine.
Cliff, I could go out and look for a job. Helen Marcus
A
works
job?
and
You? Janet, you're not qualified to earn $1 an hour. Even if you did work, it would cost more for a housekeeper than you'd earn. So just forget it, huh? Really.
I was thinking if you felt up to it, we could go out for some pizza. Maybe.
No, I'm exhausted.
Would you like me to rub your back?
I'd like you to get off my back.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Krantz, I am estimating the budget of that show as quickly as I can. I realize the sets are already under construction. Do you... Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I understand that. Yes, sir. Goodbye. Dummy.
Another smashing victory for Lawrence of Suburbia.
How are you?
Hey, take it easy, Tiger.
You know, I got a terrific idea. How about you and me splitting to a cheap motel for the rest of the afternoon, huh?
Oh, I can't. I'm busy.
All right. What about dinner tonight?
Sorry.
Madeline, I have this funny feeling that you're trying to tell me something.
I am.
Go on.
I am trying to tell you that I am no longer interested in a hit-and-run relationship with a married man.
Oh, Maddie. Come on, I've told you 100 times.
You've told me you were going to leave your wife, and you've told me that we were going to live in the Caribbean on a yacht.
And I meant it. I meant it. I'm very serious about you.
Well, I'm a very selfish and possessive woman, and when I care about somebody, I want them all to myself.
Oh, you know I'm just trying to position myself to leave Janet.
Good. When you get positioned, you call me.
Now, wait a minute now, baby. You can't cut out of me now. Come on. And you're the only thing that keeps me sane, huh? And besides, I'm almost ready to make a decision.
Almost. A decision is only a moment, Cliff. It takes less than a second to say yes or no. I ought to know I've left 2 husbands.
Maddie, we're right for each other. Now, what are you doing this for, huh?
Because God gave me one short life. And if I don't make that life into some kind of poem, then I'm wasting it. So the word is goodbye.
All right. I'm late. I've been drinking. I didn't phone. You were worried.
I didn't accuse you of anything, Cliff.
No, you never do you?
No, but you've been so moody and depressed lately, ever since the accident.
Yeah, well, I've got something to tell you about that.
Yes?
I've come to a decision.
Decision?
Call Laszlo tonight.
For what?
I'm going to check into his clinic for shock treatments.
Shock treatment?
Don't worry about it. It's done all the time.
What for?
Well, he figures that it will jolt me out of the depression.
How long will you be there?
2, maybe 3 weeks.
Cliff,
All right. You'll be able to visit me.
I'm worried about you.
Well, you don't have to worry. Because by the time I get out of there, you won't even know me. I'll be a new man. Is it ready?
Yes, he's fully developed. All that remains is to shock him into wakefulness.
What's he going to be like?
Well, we won't know that until it happens. I suggest you watch from the outer office. He mustn't know you exist. Happy birthday, Mr. Swimmer. How are you feeling?
Feeling?
How are you this morning?
Morning?
You're somewhat confused, I know. And that's only natural after the shock treatments.
Shock treatments?
Last one, Mr. Swimmer.
Where am I?
My clinic. Now, don't be afraid. You'll be going home to your family soon.
My family?
Your wife and stepson. Do you remember your wife's name, Mr. Swimmer? Your wife, Mr. Swimmer.
My wife's name is Janet Swimmer. Age 35. I have a stepson, Todd. Age 13.
Good. And who are you?
Who am I?
Try to remember. It's all there, Mr. Swimmer, printed on your brain.
Who am I? My name is Clifford Swimmer. I am 40 years old. I live at number 17 Mill Road, Roslyn, New Jersey.
Excellent. Now, things are going to seem strange to you for a while. The shock treatments erase many memories. The important thing is that you're alive and you're going to be all right.
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Laszlo. Come along. Oh, you can trust me. Please. Let's go.
Where are we going?
To your room.
No, I would rather stay here.
No, it's all right. I'll stay with you. Just think of me as your father, and I'll think of you as my son. My only child.
Welcome home, Cliff.
Hello, Janet. This is where I live.
It's all right, Mrs. Swimmer. He'll be somewhat confused for a while. Shock treatment should. Mr. Swimmer, you must try to relax. Why don't you lie down and rest for a while?
You do look tired, Cliff. Todd, take your father's bag into the bedroom, okay? You act so strange.
Well, for a while, the treatments will change his personality. He'll have big gaps in his memory. Just be patient. If you have any serious problems, call me. You have my number?
Yes, I do, Doctor. Thank you.
You'll have a new husband, Mrs. Swimmer. A new husband.
Thank you. You're Todd, aren't you?
Who'd you think I was?
Sorry. Everything's a little strange and new to me. Please forgive me.
Come on, don't come off with that forgive me jive. I know you hate my guts.
I don't hate you. I want to be a friend.
Yeah? Well, maybe I just don't want to be yours.
Well, I hope you change your mind, Todd.
This guy's on some kind of trip or something.
It's nice to have you home, Clifford.
Thank you.
How are you?
Well, it's all a little unreal to me. Like I'm dreaming it.
Well, the doctor said it was going to be that way for a while.
Well, maybe it would be a better idea if I went back to the clinic.
There's no need to be afraid, Cliff. The doctor said you should lie down and relax, so why don't you do that, huh? You're going to be all right.
Dr. Laszlo.
Dr. Laszlo, Janet Swimmer. No, Cliff is all right. It's just that he's acting, well, so unusual. It's almost as if he's a different person. There isn't any brain damage, is there?
I assure you, Mrs. Swimmer, we did nothing to injure your husband's brain. As I told you, there may be deep-seated personality changes. Just keep in touch with me. Yes. Goodbye, Mrs. Swimmer.
Anything wrong? She suspects something?
Nothing so far. What are your plans, Mr. Swimmer?
Get a hold of some money, take Madeline, and split for the Caribbean.
If I were you, I'd wait a while.
What for?
Well, cloning is a new science, Mr. Swimmer. We know that we can duplicate an individual down to his fingerprints, even including his brain convolutions, which record most of his memories. The one thing that cannot be inherited is personality.
Get to the point, Doctor.
I think you should stay in town for a few days.
Not on your life.
But if something unforeseen develops...
Like what?
I don't know, but if it should, we can have the clone brought back here for further treatment, and you can go back to your family.
Go back?
You have no choice, Mr. Swimmer.
Well, how long do I have to stick around?
A week or two.
So I'm still a prisoner, huh? Only you're my jailer now instead of Janet. I have to stall Madeline somehow. She thinks we're leaving.
What's the matter?
Madeline, the clone. What if they bump into each other in the office?
Oh, no, that won't happen. I told your wife that you mustn't go back to work for at least a week. Now, how can I reach you?
At the Starcrest Motel. I'm registered there under the name of Clifford. Captain Jonathan Clifford, airline pilot. Another one of my childhood fantasies, Doctor. Like sailing in the Caribbean.
How are you feeling?
Better, thank you.
Tired?
No. Still a little confused.
Which is why I don't think you should go to work tomorrow.
No. I told you. The job is a complete blank in my mind. I have to start filling it in.
Dr. Laszlo said if you would just wait a week.
I know. I've got to start finding out about myself. It's important to me.
Okay. Whatever you say. Would you like me to rub your back?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you. Feels good.
I used to do this when we were first married, remember?
No.
Just relax.
I'll try.
You've changed.
Changed how?
You're different. All the hate seems to have gone out of you.
Hate? Who would I hate?
Todd's noticed it, too. He feels differently towards you.
He's a good boy.
He needs love. So do we.
I don't really remember what love is.
I'll help you remember. Being
a human being, Kind of a lonely proposition, isn't it?
It doesn't have to be.
Good morning, Doctor. Well, how does it feel to be back at work?
Morning. It feels a little strange.
I'm not sure, but I think last night goes in the Guinness Book of Records.
Last night?
You were like a man who just been let out of jail.
How would you know anything about last night?
Oh, I was there, remember?
No, I don't remember.
Oh, come on, Cliff. Stop putting me on.
I'm not putting you on. I don't even remember who you are.
Well, just to refresh your memory, I'm the gal you're taking to the Caribbean next week.
I'm not going to the Caribbean.
So that's it, huh? This is the brush off? Who the hell do you think you are?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having a little trouble with my memory lately.
You do remember you were at my apartment last night. Well, we made a lot of promises, Cliff, and I meant what I said, and I hope you did too, because if you're playing me for a fool, I'll go right up to Suburbia and I'll blow that little marriage of yours right out of the water.
Well, how was your first day back at work?
I think it's going to take a while.
Something wrong?
Well, no, not exactly. Not exactly, yeah. Where's Todd?
He's out practicing for the sailboat race this weekend, remember?
How was your day?
Very ordinary. One peculiar thing did happen, though. A man called this afternoon about a loan payment.
Loan?
Did you borrow some money?
Well, not that I remember, but we know how my memory's been for the last couple of days. Is that today's mail?
Yes. Cliff?
What?
I checked the bank balance after the man phoned this afternoon about the loan. There's nothing left.
That's strange. Well, at least I'm working.
I hate to bring it up. I mean, I know the way you feel about it.
About what?
My getting a job. It's just, I only have a couple more courses, and I'll get my teaching certificate.
Do you want to work?
Well, yes.
Then why don't you?
But you've always been so set against it.
Well, why shouldn't you work? You got a good mind. You should use it.
Do you mean it?
Of course I mean it.
I'm glad you're home.
Hi, what kept you?
Well, I almost didn't come at all.
Why? What's going on?
That's my question. What's going on?
I don't understand.
Look, we had a wild evening last night, and then today you act as if you don't even know me.
Today?
Today at the office.
Well, I wasn't.
You weren't what?
I wasn't myself today. You know, it's been very rough the last couple of weeks, babe.
Well, you didn't act very sick at my apartment last night.
Yeah, well, I meant to tell you then, and I forgot. We're gonna have to cool it at the office for a while. I mean, that's why I was behaving so strangely today.
Cliff, is something wrong?
Janet is suspicious. I think she's having me followed. For all I know, the office is bugged.
Well, aren't you even going to tell her you're leaving?
Well, that's a little risky. I mean, there's bank accounts. She'd clean me out.
Cliff, I'm not sure I like all this cloak and dagger stuff.
Oh, come on. You love it. It's one great big fat adventure, huh? Besides, in another week, you're going to be in the middle of the Caribbean on a great big yacht. And without a care in the world.
Oh, you're mad, Cliff. You know that?
It's the only way to be in this crazy world. Here's to the man I was, and to the man I am. Yes.
Hello, Swimmer.
Do we know each other?
Oh, don't be cute.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you got a nice place here.
Who are you?
Don't do that, Swimmer. That's dumb.
I'm sorry. You'll have to excuse me. I'm having problems remembering things lately.
Oh, well, let me refresh your memory. 2 weeks ago, you came to us and borrowed $30,000. You're supposed to pay off $500 a week. So you're behind already, you understand?
I borrowed $30,000.
At 20%, you remember now?
No.
You got till Friday to get up $1,000. Then I start breaking things like arms and legs.
All right, you can get dressed now. You say this man threatens something worse if you don't pay him?
$500 every single week.
If you don't have it.
No, spent it. Lost it gambling or something. I just don't remember. What are you doing, prescribing some medication?
I'm writing you a check for $10,000.
Oh, I can't accept that.
Take it, please. If you need more, call me.
Why?
Well, let's say I feel that my treatment is responsible for your unhappiness. This is cheaper and less damaging than a malpractice suit.
I'm not planning to sue anyone.
Please, Mr. Swimmer, I'm a wealthy man. Oh, if you want to repay it someday, you may. Meanwhile, I don't want anything to happen to you, any more than I would want anything to happen to my own child.
Hey, do you really need all this junk?
There's some very important documents I wouldn't want found, like the name of the yacht brokerage. Janet tracks me down. She's gonna clean me out. Totally.
Well, do you think we can get lost in the Caribbean?
Why not? I'm Captain Jonathan Clifford, airline pilot. Baby, we're gonna have a ball.
Oh.
We are gonna fly to the sun. We are gonna dance on the moon. We are gonna hang from our toes from the stars. And we're gonna live on a yacht.
Hey, what are we gonna do for money?
Whenever we need any, we'll pick up some rich swinging couple and charge them $1,000 a week to sail around the island.
You're really something, you know that?
Why do you say that?
Well, all day in this office, you're a totally different person, and then at night, when we're together, it's as though somebody else jumped into your skin.
Yeah, well, that old Clifford Swimmer is behind us now. Because we are free. We are free. Swimmer, dummy!
I passed my test. I'm going to get my teaching certificate. Something wrong?
I don't know.
Something happened at work?
Yeah.
What?
Janet, I think I'm cracking up.
Well, tell me, Cliff.
I wrecked my office
What? When?
last night. I went there last night with Madeline Rivers, and I proceeded to destroy the place. And do you know what? I have absolutely no memory of it.
That's absurd. Why would you do that? And when?
I don't know. I guess it was on my way home from my physical at Laszlo's last
Cliff,
night.
it wasn't you.
Janet, it had to be me. The night watchman let me in. He saw me leave. He talked to me. He said I was dressed in an airline captain's uniform. Now, I must be a very sick man. And just look at the last few weeks. There's a whole life out there I don't know anything about.
Cliff, you are not sick. I
Oh,
know.
Janet, you said it yourself, that before my treatment, I was a different person. I was a cheat, selfish. I put you down. Well, maybe that's really me.
Oh, stop it. Why are you putting yourself
Because that might be the real me. Because I might hurt you again. Who knows?
I'm not afraid of that. I know you. I love you. I want to be with you.
I just don't want to hurt you again, that's all.
It doesn't make any difference. I've been happier with you now than I was all those years before.
Good morning, lover.
4 a.m., where you been?
Been having a little fun in town.
You secure the dinghy?
Yes, I secured the dinghy, Captain. Do you want me to salute, too?
No, but I would like to know where you've been tonight.
Okay. Remember that swinging couple we took out on a charter a couple of months ago? Well, I ran into them in Charlotte Amelie, and we went out in the town with a friend of theirs.
Oh? What friend was that?
Complete freedom, no possessiveness. That was the deal, right?
Well, not to the point of insanity. You're going to be out all night. I'd like to know about it.
That kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
Just what exactly is the purpose, Manny?
Well, you made all the rules, Cliff. If you can't live by them, I can always go elsewhere.
And what are you supposed to mean by that?
It means we've been on this dream cruise for 6 months now, and quite frankly, I'm bored.
I suppose you think it's been a picnic for me, huh? Being locked up on this rotten boat worrying about the payments?
Oh, I thought you came down here with $30,000.
The down payment on the boat was $15,000. Fixing the bottom 5, new sales 4, not to mention your little shopping sprees.
Oh, I could relieve you of that burden.
Oh, what do you have in mind?
I've had an offer. Oh, come on. Do you have to get sodded?
Maybe. What kind of offer?
Do you remember Carlos?
The rich dude with the boat that looks like Radio City Music Hall?
Yeah.
Okay, what about him?
He asked me to marry him.
Terrific, terrific. When did that happen?
Tonight.
Oh, good. You want to settle down with a rich playboy from Santo Domingo? You go right ahead.
Well, that's exactly what I plan to do. I just came back to tell you to pick up a couple of my things. I'll leave the dinghy at the dock. You can swim ashore.
You're kidding, of course.
No, I'm not kidding. I've had it with you. Your jealousy, your drinking, your tropical paradise, and this stupid boat.
Manny, you don't really think you're going to be able to walk away from all of this like it was a bad accident, do you?
Oh, the 14th Amendment was ratified, wasn't it?
I guess you've forgotten that I gave up a whole life for you, huh?
You hated your life.
A devoted wife, a son, a good job.
Come on, Cliff. All you did was drop the albatross.
Oh, what do you expect me to do hanging around here all by myself alone?
Oh, poor baby. There are plenty of young chicks who would love to live on a big sailboat.
And in the meantime, you head back up into New York City and you tell everybody where Clifford Swimmer is hiding, right?
Oh, Cliff.
Oh, well, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to sit right down, calmly, and we're going to talk this whole thing out, huh?
Carlos is leaving in an hour.
Carlos can stick it up his nose.
Well, we don't have anything to talk about.
Oh, yes, we've got a lot to talk about. I mean, we haven't begun to talk about the things that we've got to talk about.
Okay, now I'm warning you. You taught me how to use this thing, right? Okay, now if you don't get away from me, I'll put an emergency flare right in the middle of your head.
All right. Take it easy.
Get my bag for me.
Be careful with that. That's very dangerous.
Just move over.
Anything you say.
Cliff, let it go!
Maddie? Maddie? Oh, my God. Maddie? Mayday. Mayday. This is Yacht Freedom. I'm located 65 miles northeast of Hurricane Hole. I've ripped out the bottom on a coral head, and I'm taking on water rapidly. Mayday. Please acknowledge. Mayday.
Freedom, this is Coast Guard St. Thomas. What is your position?
Coast Guard, this is Yacht Freedom. I am located 65 miles northeast of...
Yacht Freedom, this is Coast Guard. What is your situation? Repeat, what is your situation? Yacht Freedom, this is Coast Guard. What is your situation? Freedom, this is Coast Guard St. Thomas. What is your position? Yacht Freedom, this is Coast Guard. What is your situation? Repeat, what is your situation? Yacht Freedom, this is Coast Guard.
Well?
Absolutely mediocre.
Mediocre? You rat. Come on, mediocre.
Mediocre soup I've ever had.
No, come
mediocre.
on.
All right. Delicious.
Delicious, yes.
Terrific.
That's right. Oh.
And so are you.
I know it. I'm the
Delicious.
best.
Delicious.
Yes.
Terrific.
Good. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And so have the last 6 months been with you?
Yeah, they have been, haven't they? For one thing, if I did have a Mr. Hyde personality, he seems to have left us. Except for the debts that he left behind.
What about the payments? Do they give you any trouble?
No, not as long as I keep them up on time, which reminds me.
Yeah. You still don't remember what you did with the money?
I don't even remember borrowing the money.
Doesn't seem possible, does it? I mean, no receipts, no check, no statement.
Well, it'll be paid off pretty soon. And then we're free and clear. We can start thinking about things like vacations and boat trips. Now, what's wrong with you?
I lost the boat race.
Oh.
I blew it on the last marker.
Well, it was just a sailboat race, Don.
I know, but I lost. I didn't even win.
I'll get the cheese tray.
Todd, why are you beating yourself?
Because I let you down. I tried so hard, man. I almost had it.
Well, what's so important about winning anyway?
Because you've always wanted me to. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been trying to please you. And I never could. No matter what I did or tried, you were never satisfied.
Well, that's all changed now, isn't it? I mean, first place or last place, you're still my main man.
Really?
What do you think?
You should not have come back, Mr. Swimmer.
It's my life, Doctor.
But we had a commitment.
We?
Why did you come?
Well, let's just say that my dreams of freedom didn't quite work out.
And your lady friend?
She didn't quite work out either.
What is it you want from me?
I want you to take the clone back.
Mr. Swimmer.
Well, he's had his fun, I've had mine, now I want to go home again.
But you don't understand.
What's to understand, Doc? Huh? And you made him. He belongs to you. You take him back. Melt him down, recycle him, whatever you do with old clones.
No, I cannot do that.
Sure you can, Doc.
It's my life's work. I need more time. I've only begun to study him. Why can't you understand that? Human reproduction now is like Chinese roulette. With cloning, we will be able to reproduce only the very best of the human race. We will know in advance exactly what we are getting. Do you understand the implications, Mr. Swimmer?
The only implication I understand, Doctor, is that the clone has stolen my life, huh? He's living in my home, sleeping with my wife, raising my son, and doing my job. And I want back what's mine.
Just because things didn't work out as you planned.
Exactly. Now, you made that thing from a piece of my tongue, huh? You unmake him.
No. He's a human being.
You mean to tell me that I can't go back?
It would be best that way.
Oh. Well, then what am I supposed to do, Doctor?
Why not go back to the Caribbean?
No. I can't do that, not now.
It would be advisable.
Why?
Because you have a contempt for life that is quite dangerous to those around you. A man who will destroy himself is also capable of destroying others.
It's quite true, Doctor. Remember that. Janet? Todd? Clifford Swimmer, please. Mr. Swimmer, my name is Becker, Charles Becker, Internal Revenue. We have a problem with your income tax return of last year. Oh, well, it seems that you and your wife forgot to sign one of the supplementary forms. Right. Well, if you tell me what time you get home this evening, I could meet you there. At 7 o'clock. And Mrs. Swimmer, she'll have to sign the form, too. I see, right. Well, that'll be fine. Fine, Mr. Swimmer, thank you very much. I'll see you at 7. Right. Goodbye.
Hey, what are you doing home so early?
Well, I decided to take a break.
Whew.
What are you up to?
Oh, I have to go do marketing, and I have to pick up Todd at football practice. Oh, Cliff.
Anything wrong?
Well, you're so tan.
Oh, I stopped at a drugstore on my way home and picked up some of that skin tan stuff. What do you think?
Well, I'm not sure that I like it. Gonna have to get used to you all over again.
You will. And how was your day at school?
Oh, just fine, but I have all of these books to mark. Cliff?
Problem?
Well, no, it's just you haven't had a drink since your shock treatments.
Janet, you know I don't like women telling me what to do. And don't start with the I'm sorry's, please.
It's a long time since you used that tone to me, Cliff.
Well, get used to it. I'm going to be around for a while.
Well, I better pick up Todd.
What time will you be getting back?
Not before 7:30.
Hey. How about a kiss, huh? You're my wife, remember? You're looking very sexy today.
Oh, I have to go.
See you tonight. Janet, you home? Hold it right where you are. Who are you? Don't you recognize me? I don't understand. My name is Clifford Swimmer. I'm 40 years old.
Stop it. That's a joke.
No joke, brother. What do you want? My life? Your life? Now, you stole it. I want it back. You're crazy. Am I? Have you ever heard of a clone? No. Well, it's a thing that's made in a laboratory from a piece of human tissue. It grows up to look like a human and even think like a human. But it's not human. Well, why are you telling me that? That's simple. You're a clone. No. Yes, a clone. You were made in a laboratory from a piece of my tongue. Dr. Laszlo made you. You're less than 6 months old. Oh, you're lying. No, brother. Truth. I'm a person. I'm a human being. A human being.
Okay, now, Mr. Swimmer, you say you got home early yesterday. Your wife left and the intruder broke in at about, what, 7 p.m.?
That's right, Lieutenant.
Was the patio door locked?
No.
Well, my guess is he saw Mrs. Swimmer leave, thought the house was empty, and he broke in. Okay, go on. What happened then?
Well, I keep a loaded shotgun on that wall rack over there.
Why?
Well, we've had some threatening phone calls.
What kind of calls?
Cliff borrowed some money from a loan shark.
Go on, Mr. Swimmer.
Well, I grabbed the shotgun. He was coming towards me, and he didn't stop, so I pulled both triggers at point-blank range.
Do they know who he was yet?
At that range, with a 12-gauge shotgun, his face was blown off. I'm sorry, Mrs. Swimmer. No, he didn't have any identification on him, just the sailor cap. We did take his fingerprints, of course. If he has a record or if he was in his service, we'll get an ident on him.
I never did get a clear look at his face. It was already dark when he broke in.
Will Cliff have to stand charges?
No, there'll be a coroner's inquest, but it's a clear-cut case of self-defense. We'll probably tie him in with the loan shark. Well, Mr. Swimmer, that should about do it.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
No. Oh, Lieutenant, it's for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Scheinfeld here. Yeah, Harry, how are you? Good. Let me have it. Uh-huh. What? You sure they said that? Hey, look, Harry, I don't know what the boys down in Criminal Ident have been smoking, but it can't be tobacco. Now, give me that again. Double-checked? Okay, Harry. Well, Mr. Swimmer, according to the Bureau of Criminal Identification, you have just killed yourself.
I don't get you, Lieutenant.
I don't get myself. In fact, I don't believe the whole thing. They just checked the prints of the intruder. No criminal record. Then they were checked up against army prints.
Oh, what's the bottom line?
The bottom line is your army thumbprint is an exact match for that of the intruder.
Well, that hardly seems possible.
It's not possible.
Well, couldn't it be a mistake?
No way. They ran it through several times, but that isn't all of it. The prints also match those of a Captain Jonathan Clifford wanted in connection with the murder of a woman down in the Virgin Islands.
Well, I hope you don't think I had anything to do with that.
No, we checked that, too. We know you were right here in Roslyn when she was killed. Now, are you ready for the final, believe it or not? The murdered woman was identified from dental records as one Madeline Rivers.
She used to work in the network.
Now, you go ahead and tell me the truth is not stranger than fiction. You knew her.
Oh, yeah. She was in my department. It's too bad. She was a pretty lady.
She wasn't pretty after a week in the water. 15 years in homicide. I never had one like this. It's enough to blow your mind. Well, you'll be called for the coroner's inquest. Just a formality. Goodbye, Mr. Swimmer.
Goodbye, Lieutenant.
Mrs. Swimmer?
Oh, yes. Goodbye, Lieutenant.
I mean, matching prints, the same as the victim. I mean, who ever heard of a thing like that?
Very strange. Bye-bye. What are you staring at?
You.
Now, what do you see?
I'm not sure.
Then stop.
You knew her, Cliff.
Yes, I know.
You knew her well.
So I knew her well. So what?
I don't want to be talked to like that. Not anymore.
Well, that is too damn bad, lady.
Cliff, what is it? You're just not the same man I've known the last 6 months.
No, you're right, I'm not. I'm a much better man than... I'm gonna go get a drink someplace where you can't stare at me and I don't have to look at you.
I know.
You know what?
I know what happened.
All right, Janet, what happened?
The clone.
All right, what are you talking about?
Oh, don't pretend. I saw Laszlo today.
Laszlo is insane.
He showed me the laboratory.
The laboratory is a pipe dream, Janet.
How could you do it?
Do what?
Murder a beautiful human being like that.
I didn't murder anyone, Janet.
You waited and you killed him in cold blood.
All right. All right, so what? Huh? He was nothing. He was made from a piece of my tongue.
He was a good man. He was a human man.
Terrific. Terrific. He was a good man. He's gone. End of story. What are you going to do about it now, huh? Call the police? They'd lock you up in the booby hatch and Laszlo right along with you. Besides, who did I kill? Myself?
What do you expect me to do?
I expect you to put the whole thing right out of your little mind.
Oh, and if I don't?
I'll kill you, Janet. Dead. Just like I killed the clone.
How do we go on living like this?
We go on just fine. We're an attractive suburban couple. We have a fine young son. I've got a good job as an executive at a network. We entertain, we barbecue. We trim the hedges and I mow the lawn on Saturday.
And so we die?
That's right. And when we die depends entirely on you. I realize he's a very important producer, Mr. Krantz. I did not mean to insult the man. I merely questioned a couple of items on his expense account. Mr. Krantz. All right. All right. We'll call the man to apologize to him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Goodbye. Breton. And just who might you be?
Well, you remember me, Mr. Swimmer. You borrowed $30,000 from me.
I thought that was already paid off.
Well, the principal was, yes, but not the interest.
Oh? And just how much is the interest?
30,000 at 20% compounded would be about $20,000 you still owe me.
Oh, Wait a minute.
Yes?
That's robbery. That's illegal.
That's right, Mr. Swimmer. But that's why you come to people like us. You need money in a hurry, no questions. You have no collateral. And we trust you. Our entire business is based on trust.
Get out of here, huh? You're not gonna fleece me, my man.
Mr. Swimmer, you mustn't talk like that to me. I'm a very patient man, but I have a very short fuse.
Oh. Well, I'm warning you.
You don't warn me. I warn you.
Okay, all right. Look, things have been a little rough for me for the last couple of weeks.
You start making those payments, Mr. Swimmer. Because if you don't, we'll have you killed. The word is dead, kaput. Shuffled off the old mortal coil. Got that?
Shut that thing off.
Okay, Dad, take it easy.
I'm not your dad, remember? Off.
Okay. Just wanted to see the news.
My house, buddy, my TV set, off.
But just last week you said this was our house.
Well, if I did, I changed my mind.
Okay, phony. All that jive about this is our house and everyone gets the same rights. That was just a bunch of lies you were putting out, huh?
Where have you been? It's about time you got home.
The car broke down.
What now?
Needs a new generator.
They must have trained that car to break down at least once a month.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? What are you sorry about? Do you carry the load around here? Are you trapped in this swamp?
Yes,
Well, then why don't you get out?
I've been thinking of that.
I'll bet you have. Only you really haven't got the nerve, do you? Go on, Janet, admit it.
All right.
All right. You know something? You're a boring woman. You're maybe the most boring woman on God's green earth.
You can't be serious, Mr. Swimmer.
Of course I'm serious.
It's out of the question.
It is not out of the question.
Mr. Swimmer, you come barging into my office tonight half drunk.
And desperate, Doctor. Don't forget desperate.
And now you're asking me to make another clone to take your place.
That's right. That's right. Another clone. Now you just take a little piece of my tissue.
Mr. Swimmer, I know that you've committed murder.
Now, Doctor, don't use any nasty words with me.
I cannot do it.
Why? Why? Now, you gotta help me, Doctor. I'm beginning to climb the walls, huh? I'm in hock. I'm being threatened. My stepson hates me. My wife is miserable. You'll be doing us all a big favor.
The answer is no.
Well, I say the answer is yes. Now, you help me or else.
Don't threaten me, Swimmer. I have enough information on tape about you to interest the police 10 times over. Goodbye, Mr. Swimmer.
What about my wife? And my stepson? You're sentencing them too, you know.
Not necessarily, Mr. Swimmer.
What is that supposed to mean?
Goodbye, Mr. Swimmer.
My name is Janet Swimmer, age 36. I live at number 17 Mill Road, Roslyn, New Jersey.
My name is Todd Swimmer, age 13. I live at number 17 Mill Road, Roslyn, New Jersey.